Yo, what is up, dudes? Well, we are here with the new effects pedal, the Flamma FX150. So it falls in the line. They make, as some of you know, they make an FX100. I have featured the FX200 here on the channel. Check that video out. And this is the FX150, so as the name would imply, it falls in between the line, somewhere between the 100, which is, I think, a little less expensive, and the FX200, which is a little bit more expensive. And we can compare it to the FX200. We'll see what the difference is. It seems very similar. But let's start just by, let me get it on my other camera here. There you are. I'm going to switch over to this close-up camera. We'll unbox it, show you what you get in the box. It looks very similar to the FX200 from what I can tell from looking at the website. But all right, I gotta get that box open. We on camera here? Yeah, there we go. Hope it's cardboard. Let me see if I can just get this to come up and come out like that. There you go. There's the unit, and then in here. Yeah, we have power supply right there, if you want to see it on that camera there. And we have the other part of the power supply right here, and a USB cable right there. There you go. And I just think stickers and instructions. Let's see here. Yeah, like a Flamma sticker. Here we go, right there. And then some basic user quick start guide and warranty information and safety information, all right here. And I think that's it. All right. Let's just take a look at it. Here, let's move that over. Move this here. All right. Well, there you are. There is the unit. Right there. Now, for comparison, I brought out the 200. Right there. All right. So there's the 200. There's the 150. Here they are, sort of side by side. All right, so you can see the. Actually, I'll bring that in a little bit. You can see the difference there. See that? And of course, we have to take this, we have to take that plastic off there. So just looking at the back, I think the main thing I'm seeing is, yeah, the main thing is that it has XLR outs. It still has a send and return, so there's still an effects loop. It still has a set of main outs and an input and an expression pedal in. So, all right, let me make sure you can see it on this camera here. In fact, I'll turn it around. You can really see it a little better. Yeah, like that. Right? So there's the on switch, the power, the USB, the auxiliary in, the expression. 2, because this front pedal is also an expression pedal. There's your input, your send and return for an effects loop, and the output right there, a stereo output, and then of course the output for a set of headphones. Let's compare that to the FX200, also an expression pedal, also an input, also an effects loop, also the stereo pair of outs. I think what the difference is the MIDI port and the XLR outs and the ground lift, which is probably a part of those XLR outs to help that whole function. It still has an auxiliary in. They both have an auxiliary in. They both have the headphone out. So yeah, it's the MIDI out, MIDI in out, and the XLRs that are the difference between the two models. And as we could see, we'll go to this camera over here. One more button on the front for this one, right? 4 versus 3. Let me get it in the. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I get it just right, right? Just like that. All right. So, you know what we have to do? We have to pull this off. If I can get a grip on the corner here. Oh yeah, there we go. Do 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 do. Flamma. All right. Well, let's get a little plug here. Go plug it in, and then I'll probably have to cut out for a couple of seconds just to wire it up to the recording interface, just to make sure we have a nice stereo recording. I suspect it has the same internal guts as the FX200. I think it's more of a form factor thing than a software thing. Because if you look at some of the specs, they talk about being able to process the same IRs. That suggests it's probably the same software engine. All right, plug this in. I have a little plug over here I can plug it into. All right. Hold on to your butts. There we go. Just move that over. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, I'm ready. I have some doubts as to your readiness. No, okay, here we go. Ready? And boom. What do we got? Wow me. There we go. And there we go. There it is. The FX5. The FX150 with the deluxe. That does look familiar. I'm going to assume that these have the A and the B. And then there's 2, just like the other one. All right. And is it right? So then we go. No. Oh, that's going down. We want to go up. There we go. And it's showing us the. I'll have to fix this. Let me get this going really quickly so you can see it here. How can I do that? Hold on. Let's set this. There you go. Yeah, that looks a little better. So you can see it. There you go. Now you can really see it. Not all blown out. Blue and the blue. And then you change it. We see it changes color here. Right? And it's turning that mod on and off. So it looks like functionally it's very much the same as the FX200, which is great because, you know, you save some money. I'm sure it's less money. I don't know for sure, but just the number FX150 implies it's less money than the FX200. So let me grab a guitar. Let me get some cables. We'll plug this in. We'll get it going. We'll check out a few patches. And there you go. I'll see you in a sec. Hey, just before we go and we check out some of the audio on this, I did want to cover some of the specs, which I didn't go over in the start. Very quickly, let's just cover the specifications of the FX150. It's a 5-inch touchscreen. I think we knew about that from the FX200. And again, like the FX200, it's 10 effects modules and 160 types of effects. So, you know, pretty deep with all the different effects it can do. It's got 180 user slots. It's got a 52-second looper. I always forget about the looper. It's got a looper in it. In fact, you can see, I don't know if you can see it on the, probably too far away, but right there it says the word looper to set the looper up. And then we also have a drum machine, which we checked out in the first FX200 video. There's like, I want to say 80 different drum patterns or something like that, and some complex metronome patterns. Great for practicing, jamming along to. And then, and again, I always forget this too, the reverb and delay are spillover, which, like some synthesizers out there, when you move to the next patch, you still hear the prior patch ringing out to move into the new patch. There's no hard cutoff. Now, I think you can program that how you like it, but it allows for spillover to the next patch. So as you move to the next patch, it doesn't just cut out what was happening in the prior patch. Nice feature. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about is the USB connector as an audio device. And I have it up on the screen over here, and I have it here. Now just watch the screen here. If I go over here and I just, you know, select, right, a different item, it changes over here. I wish it would show the full screen. I wish it would just stay on that. But if I go to the next one, no, you're gonna stay? No. Oh, there it goes. See? There you go. Am I double clicking it? Is that what's doing it? I don't know. Now you can see it. See, as I move here, right, you can see it on the, finally. I had this going earlier and I was like, why isn't this working now? But it does. You can see it there. And of course, you know, whatever you do on here, it shows over here and vice versa. Right, so I think if I, right, you can see it behind me on the screen. It's going to different patches, right, on there. And there you go. All right, so just a little bit more about the Flamma extra features and its general, you know, spec list. And I will see you in a sec with some audio. What's up? We are back. Got it plugged in. This is one of my favorite patches. Patch number 9A. This is the Flamma 100 lead. It's the same as what's in the FX200, but it it comes with a tape echo in it. But I like to switch it to the ping pong echo. With the amp. You know, it gets nice and, I mean, for an overdriven, you know, sort of heavy amp, it gets nice and, you know, cleaned up. at lower guitar volumes, and then as you turn the guitar up, I think it's a great sounding unit. The Flamma 200 sounds great. The 150 pretty much sounds exactly like it. So again, I think it's going to be a lower cost unit. I don't know the exact pricing on these models, but I want to say the FX200 might be $399 and this is $299, but don't hold me to it. That's just a guess. And a lot of times they do coupons, so sometimes you see a price, but then you find out that when you actually go to look at the page on Amazon, that it's actually got a significant coupon that really changes the price quite a bit. So it's hard to price these things. You don't really know. I just think that's a wonderful sounding amp. Much like the Flamma 200 FX200, you hold down 2 to go up and down, right? To go up and down through the sets, as you can see on there, and then you just choose one. And if you hit it again, it's like 2 different patches per. Adds the delay. And you can see here it'll light up. And like the the FX200, it's a touch screen. So if you touch the some item here, you can go in there and you can start to mess with it. So if if I hit this, turns the delay on, I can just tap the delay and say, well, maybe I don't like the tape, maybe I like that ping pong. Right, and you can change the time. And the level. Right. So that's in the delay. We can go back here and you can do a whole bunch of stuff here. The overdrive. I can go here. So just to hear that again, off. And then on. I do like delays. So, and if I like that, to save it, I just tap the little disc there. It wants to know if I want to rename it. I don't. I'll just hit OK. And there it is. Now, I think if I go into another sound, it remembered it. See that? Right. Yeah, it seems like the pink is always the more modded. I tell you, I really do like the sound of this. I'm just gonna use the as the overdrive. Let's check this overdrive out. So that's just Screamer 808, but it's got almost no gain. Let's just bring that. A little bit brighter on the high end. Yeah, it's like a filter. And then if you don't like that, there's a whole bunch of, you know, let's crank this fuzz up. That's actually a pretty good sound. I'd say that sounds more like a Big Muff, like a little bit more on the distorted side of fuzz. What was the other fuzz? Silvery? Let's bring the gain up. Yeah, so the tone seems to be sort of a dark to bright on all of these. What if we bring that way down? That's actually kind of nice. Yeah, it's got a nice full sound. I actually like the sound of that. So, you know, there's a lot of choices. If you go through and check out a lot of these presets, you'll find, and it's just like when I reviewed the FX200, you know, the patches, you know, vary. Some you're going to like, some you're not going to be crazy about. But you can always just go in there and change it like I just did. Let's go back out of this. And let's add, we can go to the, that's a digital. There's a dual delay. I like that delay. I'm telling you, the Flamma's got some good sounds. It just might need a little tweaking of the presets, like I just did there. Again, we can just close this, and then I'll just hit save. Gotta get it, and then right there, and then. It sounds like it's changing some function in there. Well, that sounds good, huh? I like it. We can go in here. Let's just check out these amps here. All right, so there's the Cali. Just bring that master up a bit. All right. Now I wonder if I can add like a. There you go. All right, let's get out of here and go back to this. Is it in the amp? Okay, let's bring the gain up maybe. Let's go to this distortion, and instead of a scale. Dark rat. Let's go. Let's go back to that amp. Now let's bring that gain down a little bit, or even that master down. Now let's take some of that flubbiness out of the low end by adding the overdrive. I still think it's a little too chubby on the bass. Let's go back to the amp. Go back to the amp here. And let's go. All right, and then we just go back here and change that delay to a ping pong stereo delay, and it's like we're right back in the 80s. Feedback up, a little bit of time up. We're having fun. All right. Right. I'm gonna hit save. I want to save that. all day. All right. Man. Think that's the reverb? All right, listen, we could go all day in this thing. I'm having way too much fun. The Flamma, FX150, pretty much all the sounds and tones of the FX200, but less expensive. But you do lose a little bit of I/O. You lose the XLR outs. If the XLR outs aren't a big deal to you, then, you know, it's probably worth it to save a little bit of money and go with the FX150. I will leave links in the description for more information. And as always, thanks so much for hanging out. And rock on.